We go into the next presentation, and I directly hand over to Christian from Cybly to introduce himself, and also then gives us insights into the 3 pilots of Lynx that are there. Yeah, Christian, you will explain them. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Martin. The purpose of the pilots is to evaluate the Lynx platform. In the following, I will give you a short overview of the 3 partners driving the pilots and how they use the platform. We have 3 pilots. The first pilot is from DNVGL, which is the geothermal compliance pilot. DNVGL is that Norsk. Veritas is a leading technical advisor for oil and gas industry. They provide integrated services with technical and marine assurance, advisory, and risk management for projects and operations. They also deliver testing capabilities for renewable energies, and in this case, they have this pilot of the geothermal energy. The second pilot is from Curate Casa. It's a labor law use case. And Curate Casa, as already mentioned, is an international law firm. They are located in Barcelona, but have also additional headquarters in Madrid and Lisbon, and also in the main financial areas of Europe, America, Africa, and Asia. They have in total more than 900 lawyers. They work for them. So they represent several the largest international companies, and so from this side they have this labor law use case. On the last side, it's the contract use case. This is from us, from Cybly. We are a legal tech company. We are based in Salzburg and Vienna, and we have a legal database with content from Eurolex, Austria, Germany, on a federal and a state levels, and also with decisions and other documents. We provide here already an offering for cross-platform access, and we have already interlinked sources of this law. We also provide process-oriented integrated IT solutions in the area of law, and in this case, this contract analyze use case will follow. Next slide, please. So the geothermal energy pilot. Emerging alternative energy resources, including biomass, solar, wind, green hydrogen, and geothermal energy, will probably face a period of experimental growth in learning in other developed industry and balanced regulation and political comparable to a major industry, for example, oil and gas. As a proxy to this challenge, the pilot focused on the domain of geothermal energy, for which regulatory information is currently widely fragmented, and for which most EU members countries will have ambitions to increase the use of geothermal energy. So in this use case, compliance information is being fragmented over multiple information sources. There are country-specific regulations, frameworks, which means a competitive disadvantage and limited international competition, and therefore the potential benefit of economics of scales and standardizations is necessary. Due to this fact, this area is quite new, the regulations and the conditions are changing continuously. The pilot demonstrates how a comprehensive legal taxonomy helps the user to find and select relevant regulatory documents. For this reason, a taxonomy has been created. Compliance documents have been collected from different data sources and annotated by this taxonomy. The user have the possibility to find similar documents to give users to a given user's document, which they collected documents. This improves the accessibility and discoverability of data. To overcome the language barrier in this field, automatic machine translation is being used to translate all documents to English. Next slide, please. pilot labor law focus on international companies' operations. In most of international companies, they are spread over they have geographic expansion and different workers' rights in their different locations. A common problem, as the regulation in the different countries is different. Other large companies also have this issue, as for example, there are on a state level, there are also worker rights which differ even in one specific country. So as already stated, employment is widespread over many different sources, starting at the state level over national directives and regulations, collective agreements, up to the European level. The directives and regulations are also frequently amended. In addition, the document space is different per customer, as there are also workers' agreements. The pilot demonstrates how search and Q&A can help the user to find the correct answer to a legal question. For this reason, relevant documents have been loaded to the system, annotated and translated. The user can type in a question in natural language. Example, how long is a maternity leave for a nurse? A multilingual search is used to narrow down the relevant document space. The reduced document space is then used by the Q&A service to find the concrete answer. The users get the corresponding results per country. Next slide, please. The last pilot is contracting. Contracting is a common activity in companies, but managing contracting systematically, which means keeping track of changes or updates, is a cumbersome activity. In the course of this pilot, our goal is to have a reasonable strategies to automated contract analysis and contract archiving. We concentrate on the part of contract administration and management, not on the creation. Contracts and related information are spread over different systems. Example, file system, email, CRM, and so on. Due to this fact, they are also stored in different formats. Getting a quick overview over all contracts isn't easy. Contracts and their related information are most of the time organized in certain dimensions. For example, they are stored per customer or per type, for example, NDAs. Getting an overview in another dimension is most of the time not easy. Questions that are often asked: there is a change in law and you need to know which contracts are affected. An overview of all obligations with a certain company is needed. A contract is needed urgently and no one knows where to find the latest version because the responsible employee left the company a few days before. The pilot demonstrates the possibility to harvest documents from different data sources. For example, file system and from different formats. PDFs, including scans, Microsoft Word, email, including attachments, keeping them up to date in the pilot. In addition, it's shown how external system can ingest contract-related information and documents to the system, for example, a CRM system. The harvested documents are enhanced by annotations. It demonstrates how annotations helps the user to find and discover relevant documents to certain questions. The so found documents can then be arranged in multiple dimensions without the need to duplicate the documents. If you want to know more about these pilots, please see our demonstration in January on the 14th. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christian, for these wonderful insights into our 3 pilots that have all to do with compliance, what is a very important topic because of internationalization, but also because of costs and because of being compliant to regulations and law. So we learned about geothermal energy with a focus on permits, about labor law use case, and about contract analysis and contracting use cases, the 3 pilots in Lynx. And you briefly explained what is inside, which data is inside, and which services. A little bit I used, and now we will